To the meth, to the weed, and leave your vision blurred. Hustle.
How the limo pull up right when you was saying something, though? That's what I'm talking about. Live on Bay Life Radio. Rob De Niro in the building. What it do? How you feeling, man?
Max 1. I'm feeling pretty good, man.
Yeah. Talking to mics for me right there.
Check. You know, I had to come through with my brother, my group mate, Max 1. You know, we got about 3 albums out, Legion of Legends. So I'm just blessed to be here, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. Max 1, how you doing, man?
All good, man. Living, life is beautiful, man. We're just keeping it positive and, keeping it moving.
For sure. Well, I got to say on behalf of Bay Life Radio, man, thank y'all for coming out, spending the part of y'all morning with us, and dropping off some of this dope music, man. You know what I'm talking about? That's what's up. So for the Bay Life Radio people that haven't got a chance to dive in to a Legion of Legends, tell them a little bit about yourself and what y'all got going on.
Basically we, me and Max 1, man, we've been knowing each other for about 20 years. We used to we used to work with the collective, Cypher Sessions. We were doing a lot of shows and stuff, and we just, the momentum of just putting music together just kind of just cracked like the big boom. It's like the big bang is like all of a sudden we were doing songs, with other artists, Bazooka Joe, tons of other artists mutually, and we had a lot of songs together, through third parties, and then we just started just doing our own thing and just.
It's like years in the making, man.
Yeah.
We've been like running around within the same circles, the Bay Area, Northern California, and I've been networking all over, for a long time, many years. Obviously, Dinero's been on the same tip, and we've been just getting that where we're at now, and it just came together like this. Bazooka Joe, they had Road Warriors. I got on the Road Warriors thing with him and Bazooka Joe. Me and Dinero started working together. I think I was spitting like a rhyme, and I said something about Legion of Legends, and we developed that into a concept because he had already had like an idea for a concept for like giving flowers to all the legends. And just kind of like just owning that legendary status, in hip hop, because it's 50 years and we've been doing this a long time. So.
And the goal too for like the Legion of Legends was to be like a massive collective of of artists that have put a lot of work in on the surface or on the underground,
right,
that just wanted to collaborate and really wanted to basically like. Just keep the culture alive, keep the raw lyricism, raw beats, working together, putting events together, and and just show that we've been here for a while, but it's like mixing the old and the new together. You know what I mean?
For sure. It's crazy, man, because I'm getting chill bumps, because it sounds like you just described Bay Life. Bay Life! For real. Bay Life! Real talk, man, and it's refreshing to see us other families that's out there doing that, holding it strong. It's like y'all was a group before y'all was a group. Like, Fate put y'all together as a group, and then y'all just, okay, we agree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's how it's always kind of been. It's always just kind of been where, you might work with an artist, you might feel the momentum, and then, you just, it starts so organically, and then we just meet each other halfway and on everything. We do videos. We work remotely. He'll be, out of state. I'll be, somewhere, and we'll just be both, still knocking tracks out, still getting shit done. You know what I mean? Like, and then when we're together, it's just like, it's just it's a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, it all started out with a vibe though. We came together in the studio in the lab, and open mics and freestyle ciphers in front of clubs and the whole b-boy thing, and so it was already a vibe when we linked up. So once we caught that vibe, we could be anywhere. Like after we established that, I could be in Santa Cruz, Oregon, San Diego, he could be in the Bay, and we'd still be working remotely off the same vibe that we had already built. So it's kind of, that just kind of like, I guess, brought it all together. And now it's like we work like a group like that, so we could be anywhere. I could be anywhere in the world and still connect with them, and we'll still be kind of on the same, level of thinking and
crazy how the level of music is now. You said y'all was outside the club, b-boying, and it's like this new age of music will never know the great fun of that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before you was old enough to get in the club, you would come to the club and be outside the club with your folks and make a club.
Right.
It kind of reminds you of Night at the Roxbury when they were talking about bringing the street to the club and making the whole club like, the street. Where we would be outside after the club in the parking lots doing what we was doing, They didn't call it parking lot pimping for nothing.
Right, exactly.
And imagine if that existed now. It'd be like, tailgates.
Come on.
Football games.
I be scared. I don't know if Young Life today know how to even operate in a parking lot pimping situation.
Oh yeah.
Might
turn it to a
It's
sideshow.
an art form,
Right,
man.
right.
It's an art form, man. You gotta have that game. They call it game, but it's really it's an art to this,
Exactly. And that's the cold part because, see, we call it game. Young Life, they telling me now they call it finesse.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, well, we
all
had
art.
finesse, but we had game, too. I don't know. Times is changing. What y'all seeing in this music game right now? How y'all feeling about the music game right now?
I see a lot of copy and paste stuff, and that's a lot of copy and paste, and like I got 20 albums out now, so I can't, you know what I mean? And I've seen myself emerge from, writing raps just to write raps and not really like putting my life into it, just putting more of like, extra shit into it. We as lyricists sometimes we exaggerate, but now when I actually focus on putting my actual life and experiences into it, it's changed the feel of the music. It's definitely changed, my perspective of what I talk about too.
Right.
So I just think it's just like the copy and paste culture is what I see a lot now, and it could even be with hip hop, like hip hop, or it can be with the street stuff. It's you know what I mean?
I want to say thank you for being transparent because you said as a rapper. You didn't say as a person. So y'all get it straight, Bay Life. He said as a rapper, sometimes you exaggerate.
Right.
You feel me? I run into a lot of young artists nowadays where they feel like they gotta really be doing what they rapping about. They gotta really be, if I'm rapping about blowing up a car, I gotta really be blowing up a car. What y'all think about that? Adding the real life into music like that?
Oh man,
It's a fine line between like glorifying something that you know nothing about, glorifying something that you see but don't do. There's all these areas, and then there's people that are like narrating the life they see, like in real life, and then there's those that are just like, just fantasizing or just reaching, and then then there are those artists who like they rap about it because they see it, so then they feel like they have to be about it. They put that pressure on themselves. But really it's all about just evolving as an artist, really, to me, because everything is everything. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. That's the way I feel like with
Exactly.
music, you know what I mean? It's like, so you can sit there and you can rap or you use your imagination all you want and stuff, but that leave it there. That's your music and that's your lane. If that's your lane and that works for you, then do that. But when you take that, you cross that line into your real life, and that's when it gets a slippery slope.
I think to follow what Max says too is crazy because see, hip hop is like the kind of music that we've actually convicted people over.
Yeah, it's very
for
being
stuff
influential.
Because look at rock and rollers. They would talk about fucking worshiping Satan, chopping heads off,
rock and roll
hanging.
went
You
through
know what
it
I mean?
too.
Like,
rock and roll and hip hop kind of both went through a punk rock, all that. It's all they're all.
But we
they've
are.
all-
I always
But
thought
I feel
rock
like
and roll was the
rappers,
first hyphy.
But rappers are the one. But I feel like with the rap world is that. If you're not what you say, you're fake. But hey, no one's calling any Ozzy Osbourne. He wasn't biting bats' heads off. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy how hip hop has generated so much of a you're real, you're not real, this, that, when at the end of the day it's art, and
Right.
it's kind of, it puts you in a very, very ego bubble, because, it's like, man, it's a trip because,
Yeah, how did it come like that? Is it because
I don't know.
opera, country, like you said, rock and roll. They sing songs about
Yeah.
situations.
Well,
but rap is the only
look at the
genre
country
where
we
you gotta
live in.
really live that situation.
Look at the country we live in. They actually, media is manipulative, and the country and the government, they like to target certain demographics or audiences, in corrupt ways, and that's what they did with hip hop and the black youth of America, and also like the Hispanics and everybody that's considered a minority in
kinda
this
had a fake-
country has been targeted through the media, through their music, and not just hip hop. It's like in reggaeton, it's in Jamaican music, it's in, that right there is where it's like becomes a thing where you gotta like what do you say? Genius said, watch the label. You gotta watch the labels, read the labels.
Right. What's
Like
the
you gotta look
ingredients?
at what the source is coming from. Okay, so you're gonna sign to this label. Who's backing that label? Are they gonna try to turn you into something where you're gonna be a weapon to target other like youth to go into a revolving door prison and stuff like that? That's where it's really deep in the culture.
I just kind of had a
with
crazy
music.
epiphany. Is what I'm thinking too. Is what? Maybe this is like the dope game.
Yeah.
Like
it is,
meaning.
definitely.
What I mean by like is like before the same tactics of how motherfuckers was killing each other, robbing for that dope. It's like the same thing with this music shit in the sense where the Instagram obviously pushes the narrative. You push, come find me, blah blah blah. Drop your address, this and this and that, and then all things break loose from there, and it's kind of like like bad drug deals gone bad. Same type of situations. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
because technically, if you look at the dope game, they ain't locking people up for dope anymore like that.
Right.
So they're gotta find another way, and I heard on another interview someone said it's just like there too many rappers are getting rich, too much. You see, these rappers are making millions and millions of dollars living in gated communities that white people were living in, and then these white people be like, oh, what now? This African American Latino millionaire is living by me, and they get scared. And they don't know how to deal with it, and I feel like that's why lately we've been seeing a lot of rappers get caught with drugs, or like rest in peace to a homie that died on a plane. He swallowed all those pills. I can't think of his name right now. But it's just it's crazy.
Wow.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Juice WRLD, rest in peace. It's like it's crazy because like the pressure that you would think that they'd be leaders, because someone like Future, you don't do no drugs.
Right.
He raps about drugs. You don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a trip how the highest level. 2 Chainz is the same way. Very intelligent guy. Don't do no drugs. Don't party or nothing. 50 Cent, same way. So when you look at the top level sometimes, you got to remember that these guys ain't doing that shit too no more. And they're older.
But
you know?
they really came from that life though.
Oh, yeah. I know. 50, yeah, for sure.
So definitely, you that's why I said there's lines to this. You know what I'm saying? So like these guys are like, they're talking about what they know and everything, whether they live or not. They turn it into an art form, and they're good at what they do. So that's their lane. And they stay in their lane. They're family men. Just like, look at Snoop. He's a family man,
Yeah.
Right.
But he's always going to be Snoop. He's always going to be Snoop. Like 2 Chainz always going to be Titty Boy, It's like he's always going to have that in him.
The biggest mistake, I think...
It's crazy thinking about that, because I'm hearing what you're saying and the reminders you're giving people, and it make you ask, why wouldn't the big wigs, that's what I like to call their ass, why wouldn't the big wigs promote
You know why?
like what the people
There's
really
money in death. Right?
True.
There's
True.
money in death. And guess what? Every time a rapper dies, depending on how big he was, he gets more money. And then guess who gets more money from them? The big wigs.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah. And you,
Right.
and you can't
I hate
get
to
that
say
big
that,
and have a really big, impactful, positive message that's going to bring people together, because that's really going to make you a target. So that's one thing. And any artist that, if you're not being controlled by the machine, the big wigs, the machine, whatever, if you're not being controlled by that, once you get your name is so big, if you're not doing what you're supposed to and staying in their lane, then you know.
and
That's
artists,
when you get that knock on the door.
and you
You
know,
wanna get
artists
that-
are too.
Yeah, you want to be that.
I
you
would
wanna-
say,
yeah.
you know, if artists did not let the perspective of the public control their own life narrative, you see what I'm
Right.
saying? Like that
That's a good
really,
point.
that, you know, don't let what you think people want to hear and people, you know, and then you only stay that way. You know, challenge yourself. You know, that I feel like a lot of it is like it really goes back to the copy and paste point. You know, really at the end of the day, but it's like a machine. It's like, you know, what they say, you know, when they talk about like Ice Cube, you know, about the meeting of all the people that came together in the industry to talk about how this is that like reality of it now. Rappers dying, rappers getting rich, rappers going to prison, you know, rappers still having their lyrics used against them in the court of law.
Right.
I mean, that's crazy, you know, like.
Has there ever been any other music where that happened?
No, that's why I'm like, wait, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, how come then, you know, hey.
That's crazy.
Because rock's crazy. I mean, look at rock. I mean, you got songs like "Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter," like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And I love that song too. That's crazy.
you, see, you know what I mean? This is crazy. You know, let's go play. Were you?
Right. Yeah, I never heard of, oh, we found these girls missing and it was due to this song.
Yeah, or you know,
they really brought your daughter to the slaughter.
or all the people, or all the, you know, hey, how many times have we seen like Bay Area, you know, Latins, African Americans up north missing
Right.
person, this and this and that. You know, those people are listening to that music too and motivated by that devil worshiping type music, you know.
Right, right. We got Canary the comedian in the building. What's up, Canary? Said y'all speaking on some true shit. We got Team White out in the building. What it do? What it do? Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all just joining us, we got Rob De Niro and Max One in the building. Hey, let's get into some of y'all music, man. I was gonna play this song, Legendary Methodology.
Hey, can you say that one for last? I was gonna see if you could play the first single off the album.
Okay.
If that's all right with you. That would be the Secret Weapons.
For sure. I got you. Let's do it. You feel me? So we gonna get into the. Tell me a little bit about the single off the album too. Y'all dropping it?
Well, this album actually was kind of rushed to put out for the anniversary of hip hop.
We put it on August. What was it? August the
August 11th.
August 12th.
August 12th. Yeah.
For the 50th year of anniversary of hip hop. We just put that album out, and it's got 20 tracks. This particular song, Secret Weapons, is featuring Bazooka Joe.
Yeah, it was the first single we put out on YouTube on DistroKid, and we put out like 4 singles, I think, before we dropped the album. But this was the first one. Like I said, like you said, Bazooka Joe's on it, and yeah, we just we're glad to premiere it finally on something other than YouTube.
We gonna wake it up over here on Bay Life Radio.
Bay Life! Bay
It's the
Life!
new hit single.
Bay Life! Bay
Secret
Life!
Weapon.
Bay Life!
Max One, Rob De Niro in the building. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think of this. Feel free to hit the hotline 563.